Welcome back to the Hot 7 Nightly News. Chairperson for the St. Lucia National Trust, Alison King, says the trust has no interest in playing partisan politics with the issues facing the organization currently. She has asserted that some form of accountability has to be taken and the trust is not going to rest until it is shown the respect it deserves. She indicated that the trust is weighing all legal options when it comes to the issues of the government's breach of its promise.
For the second time in 2 weeks, members of the St. Lucia National Trust congregated outside of the House of Assembly ahead of the Parliament seating. Chairperson for the Trust, Alison King, said whilst the Trust is seeking to make its presence felt to the members of Parliament, they have no interest in participating in partisan politics when it comes to the issues of the organization, particularly the lack of accountability on the government's part when it comes to the agreements they breached regarding the demolition of the Royal Jail.
We saw there was a lot of activity on social media and persons trying to politicize this issue. We don't want to be partisan political in this matter. So we do not want people to say that the National Trust is an SLP organization or a UWP organization. We stand for everybody. We stand for the patrimony of everybody. We stand for the rights of everybody. And we will continue that fight even if we have to fall back in order to do it.
King said the National Trust will not let the matter of non-compliance, mistrust and blatant disregard for contractual agreements slip through the cracks. She indicated that the Trust is continuously seeking legal counsel on how to deal with the matter.
We will be filing a case in court. So that is the next step. We will continue the pressure as well in the public eye. We will continue to try and mobilize membership. We will continue to advocate and try to raise awareness about why this act was so detrimental to our country.
The SLNT, as custodians of the patrimony of St. Lucia, remains resolute in their quest to ensure that the history of the country is preserved and integrated into new processes for the current and upcoming generation. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Whilst the government of St. Lucia as well as members of the opposition, St. Lucia Labour Party, held a sitting at the House of Assembly on Tuesday morning, supporters of both groups gathered within proximity to the House to show their support and to take verbal jabs at each other. Genevieve Gonzague was at the scene.
Today, supporters of both political parties were present at the House of Assembly to show their support for their respective parties.
Many persons came adorned in the colors of the political parties or carried small trinkets or paraphernalia to indicate which party they were supporting. Supporters of the United Workers' Party indicated that they were simply there to champion the cause of the members of Parliament whom they support. One person went as far as saying that she has no ill words to speak about her party.
I'm quite satisfied with the progress so far with the present government.
Nothing to say, bye-bye.
On the other hand, supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party were quite vocal and stated they were present to have their grievances heard.
The majority of St. Lucia are outraged. The majority of St. Lucia no longer trust this government. As a fact, the government is again going to the House to borrow more money, adding on the number of loans that we have already on the books. You know what I'm saying? We know that the new police station is going to be financed by NIC's money again. You know what I'm saying? He's using the NIC money as his cash cow, which is the people's money. You know, like he's using it as government's money. It's not government's money, it's the people's money, the contributors' money. And he's taking it at will. And this is what this SO is all about. The will for him to do whatever he wishes on the people of St. Lucia. But the people will speak. The people will speak.
To question whether we can trust a government or the head of a government that has no morals, that changes and does whatever he wills with outside of the rule of law. And he expects the local people, the masses, to obey the law when he, as the captain, does not obey the law. So how can we trust the captain to steer the ship of state? We cannot. And I think it's time that the captain steps down. We have no trust in that captain. In fact, the captain is the one who's poking holes in his own ship, sinking his own ship. And anytime you may be rich, you may have money, you may be educated, if you have no ethics, you must sink. and the country is sinking. Perhaps it's already sunk.
The persons present could be seen cheering or jeering at various parliamentary representatives.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzalez.
The Ministry of Infrastructure is pleased to announce successful completion of negotiations and the award of contracts for 3 more road projects under the Road Improvement and Maintenance Program Phase 4. On Tuesday, June 2nd, 2020, officials signed contract for the following projects: Savannah-Aho Road Reconstruction Project, Piat Development Roads Reconstruction Project, Mondador to Balata Roads Reconstruction Project. These projects are expected to bring relief to all road users while stimulating employment and economic activity through the construction sector. Designed to improve climate resilience, the project's scope involves the complete reconstruction of the road surface, construction of proper drainage, and resident access. Residents and the motoring public are altered of some inconveniences, dust and noise pollution during the construction phases. The Department of Infrastructure apologizes for any inconvenience. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, continues to be a regional leader in assessing the potential of a blue economy. For the OECS, a blue economy focuses on using the ocean's resources for economic growth, improved livelihoods and jobs, as well as the maintenance of ocean ecosystem health to ensure continued benefits. The OECS Commission, through its Caribbean Regional Oceanscape Project, CROP, will host a webinar series. The CROP is funded by the Global Environment Facility with the World Bank acting as the implementing agency. The featured speaker is the director and founder of Howell Marine Consulting, Professor Dickon Howell. The first webinar will be delivered on June 10, 2020 from 10 a.m. and will focus on delivering good ocean governance in the OECS. This webinar introduces the concept of a blue economy, the principles of good governance, and explains how ocean governance is being delivered in the OECS. The aim is to provide an understanding of how good ocean governance is central to managing human activities in our marine space, and in turn, how this contributes to sustainable development and the transition to a blue economy. This is the Hot 7 Nightly News. When we come back, we'll have school sports and the latest weather update.